Welcome to 1367. In the last one, we had our child kidnapped by his father, who needed a son as a, insurance policy so that his line didn't lose their title. So he took our baby, and unfortunately, Eric got roped into it and ended up having to change his name and run away to Forgotten Hollow, where he married Alice. So, he turned out all right in the end. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Look at all of these kids. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's where we're at, and we will continue in this one. What are we doing? We're going to have Milo's story. He's currently married to Mabel Axtell. So there's that. Henry the second Vitor needs to get married. We have whether or not Caleb becomes a teen. Isabella becomes a teen. Unfortunately, Dorothea will be dying this year. Cecilia will be aging up into a child, hopefully. Call will be dying. Christina and Benedict will both be becoming toddlers. We're just going to say that it's going to happen because we need some positivity, even though our roles have been really bad lately. Anyway, okay, a teenage. Wait, why do I have him? Oh, sorry. Wait, what happened? Did I say uh, yeah, oh, sorry. Henry's over here. Caleb's over here. Caleb is Caleb's child. So um, I just got them confused really quick. Anyway, a 17. Whoosh. Okay, he survives. And Caleb 2. Oops, I just broke my pencil. Caleb 2 teen. It's a mechanical pencil, so it's okay. Does he get married? Yep. Does he have a lot of kids? 10? Why is it always the vampires that have so many kids? 10 kids? Seriously? All right, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Caleb, 2. Ah. And we'll add him over here. Caleb, 2. We'll have 10 children, and he's a vampire. Oh, goodness. Okay. That's all for today. Okay, let's roll for the vampire hunting. That truck is really loud. I don't know if you could hear it. Okay, I need a D10 and a D4. Okay, so let's go over here. Again, Christiana and Caleb. Christiana, Caleb. They're both safe. They still have 7 children, right? Well, yeah, I think so. So they still have 7 children, all vampires. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Rolls are doing pretty good today. We have 1 human husband, 18. Nope. We have a human son, 18. Nope. She died. He died. We have a human daughter. Nope. And a vampire son. All right. No vampires will die today. Sounds good to me. Alrighty. Let's head out. All right, so here we are in the game, and we're again going to do our daily chores. We're good here. I think, you know, I have enjoyed the daily grind. However, these couple of parts here, I can't help myself but added some drama. So look forward to it in this part too. So let's get everything. I don't know why Call is here visiting us. Like he just came into our house and is just, I guess, helping himself. So anyway, he's dying this year anyway. So, that was just his effort to get some screen time. Okay, so we are going to just check on this right here and the llama. Okay, also, so Joan wants to become an enemy with Bait because obviously he stole her baby, and so she wants to be his enemy because she hates him so much. She really, really doesn't like him. And we are going to just I thought about bringing him over here, but he wouldn't come over here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna send her to him. Maybe she goes to his mansion and she's like, "Give me my baby back," and they have an altercation. So let's go, and we're just going to head over here. Beware of Greg. Okay, so here we are. So let's. He's inside the house. So let's knock on the door, and pretend like we don't see his sister-in-law out front. I'm thinking that this will be kind of low key. Like, yes, she's making a scene, but it's nobody knows. Like, nobody's around. Everybody's upstairs. So he finds her, at the door, and he is going to be mean to her, obviously. Like, what are you doing here? Get out. Like, I'll have the knights arrest you. And she's like, you can't just take my child. You know, he's my child. And Bates like, you should be glad that I'm giving your child a better life. He would just be a poor farmer. Now he gets to be, the potential heir of this area. And she doesn't care about that. She's so angry. And, um, she just has a lot of pent up frustration. Like that whole thing where her husband had an affair and she found out after he died. Like she's got nowhere to let out all this emotion. And then this happens. And she's just like, totally turning into a complete mess. Like she is rightfully so falling apart. So they are now enemies, and he's basically going to kick her out and say, "Don't come here again, or I will have you executed." So she's going home. She has to think of her other children too. She can't just think about Benedict. And so she has to decide whether or not she can, you know, push her luck when she's got all these young kids at home. Dorothea's about to die. It's just like a whole thing. So she doesn't really have a lot of options as a poor farmer. Anyway, of course, we are having trouble. Everyone is in a bad place because I have been out all day. But all of our children are starving. This is going to be bad. Let's come on, Dorothea. You can do it. Your last act as a grandmother. Feed the kids. Oh gosh. Yep, so here we are. So the real question is what is going to happen because Joan does not do chores outside of the house. So that'll be interesting to see what happens when we don't have Dorothea. So we'll only have and just had a baby. We'll only have Isabella, who's only going to be here for 3 years. So I think that Isabella is going to leave before um, Cecilia becomes a teenager. So there's that. Oh boy. It's going to be an interesting time, especially since Joan has been completely unraveling. So, oh gosh. My poor, poor family. I'm just destroying them. Anyway, you're getting married and having 7 babies. Congrats, Isabella. So she will be getting married, having 7 kids. Wow. It's a lot of babies. There we go. Just checking on that. She rolled proper. She's proper and she's evil. I feel like she's going to be a white collar criminal. Not that they had that back then, but you know what I mean. Like she's not going to be like a street thief. She's going to be scamming noblemen and stuff like that. Good for her. Um, anyway, let's get her. I honestly had so much trouble picking out a hairstyle for her, and I wanted to think too, like now that these kids are getting older, I wanted their outfits to be a little nicer than previous. So I chose this outfit for her because we have a lot of money now. Even though we're still just farmers, like we can afford some nicer clothes than the peasant clothes that I've been choosing every single time. So I think that that would be good to do to pick a little bit of a nicer dress for her. That's what we're doing. Here she is. She is so pretty. Oh my gosh, all of their kids turned out so good looking. It's great. Um, it's really great. So here we are. And there she is. You're cold. Everyone's cold. Okay. Let's do the chores. The two of you splitting the chores once again, except this time she is a teenager, so she can do more. Very good. And just cleaning up. Okay. And soon, hopefully, Cecilia will be a child and can participate as well. But again, Dorothea will be gone. So it'll be Isabella and Cecilia. And then when Isabella leaves, we'll what? Just have a child doing the chores? We won't be able to have a llama. Ooh, I don't know. We'll see. I just feel like Joan is not going to get her life together. I feel like she's spiraling. Maybe she'll get it together, but I kind of am doubtful about that because everything is going wrong in her life right now. Like, her husband died, and then she found out he had an affair, which yielded children. She still hasn't even told Hector about that. And then after that, she has a one night stand. She loses her good friend Anne because Anne had an affair with her husband. She gets pregnant from the one night stand, and then the baby is stolen away from her. It's just like a total disaster, her life right now. She was living so well, and then as soon as Nicole died, I guess it just all unraveled. So I feel bad for her, but she's got to make it work. She's got 3 kids, all daughters, all surviving so far. We're really lucky about that. Actually, did she have other children that just like didn't live? I don't even remember. Let me see. She did not. All of her children lived. How lucky is that? Anyway, sorry, I looked away. Dorothea is dying. We already knew that that was going to happen because it was marked in the calendar for today. So she is dying. We have lost our grandmother. Dorothea, honestly, was such a stable presence in our lives. I really loved having Dorothea around. She was great. I mean, she just was always there to help with everything. She was just such a good second wife. I mean, she was just like very like calm, like she's a hearth, hearth. I don't know how to pronounce it, but um, you know, if we're comparing relationships to fire, which people often do, if you know Milo's first marriage was like this passionate wildfire, then his marriage to Dorothea was like a very like stable, calm, like you know home hearth. I don't know how to say it. Anyway, she was great. I love her. She really grew on me, and I'm really grateful for all the stuff she brought us. So I am kind of sad to see her go. Anyway, Cecilia does survive. No, that's not Cecilia. That's Christina. It's getting confusing now that there are other families that also have our last name. Okay, Cecilia does survive. So does Christina. And we are going to age up Cecilia. I still haven't decided if she's going to be the heir or not. I don't know. She rolled neat. I guess she'll make a good wife, stereotypically. But I don't know. Honestly, I'm actually kind of leaning towards having Cecilia be our heir because it's also like if we had a son, he should take over the farm. But since we have a daughter, she would move out with her husband, and I do want to move out of the farm this generation. Plus, it's not like we really know the babies at all because we're not spending time with them, but that's also my fault. I don't know. There's still time to figure it out. But I'm leaning towards uh, her staying or her being the heir. I just feel so bad for Joan. I feel like Joan would literally like fall apart if I decided to bring the affair children into our household. Oh, okay. So let's pick. I don't know why this hair has some weird glitch around the ears. I don't know what it is, but anyway, that's fine. So here we go. I'm trying to think of again a little bit of a nicer outfit, but honestly, I don't have any that are the right color and the right for children. So, we're just gonna go with this again. That's a really nice outfit, I think, that dress. It's got like little designs on it. So she's okay for now. Maybe as a teenager, I'll give her a better outfit. There she is. And I'm just checking around. Here we go. So I am going to add another person to this family. So we're going right in on the drama right now. So if you remember, Mabel was formerly Mabel Axtell. She was the daughter of Rowena and John II, and her family was very wealthy, very, very wealthy. But, her father had previously died. Her mother died, I think, no, she died in childbirth. No, I can't remember. Anyway, both her parents are dead. Let me check. Okay, her father was killed by the plague and her mother died giving birth to her. So she went to the orphanage because there was no one in the area from the family and nobody, you know, nobody was going to do anything. And it was only right after John and Rowena had gotten married. So it wasn't like they were established or anything. So she has been growing up. She married Milo, who cannot have children, and she is just living in the orphanage with him, taking care of any children from the world. And today she gets, you know, not accosted, but like, pulled aside by this very rich looking man. And he tells her, like, I'm part of your extended family. Some of our relatives tried to take your parents' fortune when they died. And instead of, letting you have it, which was your birthright. And he is basically saying that he is part of the family who doesn't think that's right. And they want to take her into the family and they want to, bring her back to who she's supposed to be. Now, she's all for that. She's like, whoa, I'm suddenly rich. That's great. But he also tells her, like, if you come back, you have to, marry someone of our choosing. And she basically, they kind of don't really care that much about her. They kind of want to use her also as, like, political social clout. But basically, they tell her, you need to get married, you need to start having children. And she says, I am married. And they're like, oh, you're married to a peasant? And he can't even have children. So basically, they're saying, well, you don't worry about that. We'll take care of it. And you can come with us and live the life you're meant to live, be rich, and, uh, have a good life, whatever. And she is just kind of like, oh, all right. So she breaks up with Milo and she basically tells him, you know, we settled for each other. Like we were all each other's options were. And she basically tells him, now I have more options. Like I have better options than you now. And he's like, but there's no such thing as divorce. No, there's not. But there's no such thing as divorce, but her family is very, very wealthy and they live in this like small countryside area. So if he gives enough money to like the Lord or whoever's in charge of records, oh, that marriage certificate just disappeared and no one ever knows that that's what happened. So basically, Milo was given the shaft and now he's alone taking care of the orphanage, feeling really sad because, his family imploded. But, the kids there are his family, even though currently we have no orphans. But pretend that there's other orphans in the world. Anyway, so she comes and, uh, leaves him for, this grandeur that she's hoping for. And she is married off to a rich family, which is Henry II. So here is Henry II, Vitor, and she is going to marry him and become like a rich lady and just, get everything that she feels like she deserved for putting up with, having been abandoned and being raised amongst so many other children and just never, she never had a lot of materialistic things. She never was pampered. She never was spoiled. She always was helping take care of other kids and this, that, and the other thing. And so the idea that she can get away from all of that, you know, servitude almost, even though it's not, but that's kind of how she views it, is like, her responsibility and the fact that she can just walk away from that and then become this rich lady and have nannies and have everything. And so she is totally all for that. Like, sorry, Milo, but, times are hard. So she's awful. She dishes him to come here, and we will get her and Henry married. Now, Henry is not a vampire, so I am moving him out of Forgotten Hollow and into the kind of richer area that we have going here. I'm just going to leave this guy from their family in there, and we're good. So let's get these two married. It's very nice. They are totally into each other. Um, Obviously, she doesn't love him. I honestly don't think he loves her. He probably is just like, oh, okay, this is what we're doing. This is what, our parents arranged for us, our families arranged for us. And honestly, it's hard for him because he has to leave the life he's known because he's not a vampire. Only vampires are going to get to stay in Forgotten Hollow. So it's very tough for them. Anyway, so that's where we're at. Let's just give her a quick once over to change her to be a little richer and to be a Vitor. So that's what we're going to do. And I feel really sad for Milo, but that's where his story ends. He is going to live happily taking care of the orphanage and, raising the children because I think Burger is dying next year. So he's going to be the only one taking care of the children. So there is that. Let's get her a nice outfit. For some reason, none of these are loading a picture, so I'm just kind of guessing what is this. Anyway, so that's where we're at, and that's where we're going. So we are going to just take her picture. Actually, no, she needs some jewelry. She needs something, anything. Let's go with this. Okay, so she looks great, and she is ready to start her new life. She has, like, I think 6 baby tries, but he has 8. So anyway, I'll catch you in the next one.